Sup, so it turns out that Slay the Spire and Path of Exile had a baby, and that baby was born 5 years ago, or like 4 years ago, and no one knows about it. It's got like 300 concurrent players on Steam, and it's like this super in-depth game, and it's basically like the depth of mechanics and like skill trees and character building combined with the deck building aspects of Slay the Spire. So I'll just show you quickly. This is like, if you decide to buy the game right now, it's like $4 on sale for like 75% of the total price, which is usually like $20. So buy it right now while it's hot. Give it a chance for 2 hours. You can refund it after. Like, I promise you, if you like Path of Exile and Slay the Spire, you're going to love this game. If you love like games where you have to read a whole bunch of different things, like a whole bunch of different mechanics, and like you love to nerd out, and you're probably somewhere on the spectrum, you're going to like this game. So if I just go in the player handbook, what you're gonna see is at the top here, in the top right, there are like 4,500 cards, and that's without like DLCs or anything like that, I think. And when I click here, this is one set of cards, and this set of cards is those cards, and they're gonna load. I think it's loading a bit slower than usual because I'm recording, I guess, I don't know. And yeah, there's like all these bunch of cards, and your character's going to be able to use some of them and not use some of them. But if you buy the game and you load it up, you're going to come on this screen and you're not going to know what to do. So I'm going to tell you exactly what you're going to do. You're going to come here, you're going to click new character. It's going to ask me to start a new game because I already had an existing character. And you're going to choose one of these characters. I suggest a new back guy. He's going to be the first guy for you. It's just that I just played the Lanti, so that's why she's the first character for me. But this guy, pretty basic, you know, very good to sort of explain the game. He got cards that do damage, and he's got ways of boosting that damage. I am going to play with Lanti instead, and you can choose Lanti if you want as well, I don't know. What you shouldn't do is you shouldn't go into these screens where there's going to be a bunch of different options here which are going to affect your skill trees as you progress in the game, or your species, which is going to determine how much health, action points, summon limits and minimum deck you start with. So for example, this human, he has a summon limit of 2 monsters that can fight for you. But you don't even need monsters to fight. You can fight with 0 monsters, and you can just do damage from your hand. And this 20 means that you have a minimum deck size of 20. The lower the deck size, the better. But you're going to get all of these choices, and for all of these choices, you're going to get sub-classifications of those choices, and you're just going to get lost in the source, because when you click on Ornir and you click on Catfolk, you're going to get a long description, a long laundry list of all the items they get, or all the cards they get, with all the stats they get, and then you scroll down, and these are the base attributes, skills, affinities of the Ornir class. So you can read through all of that, but I'm telling you, don't make the mistake of reading of all of that, because you're not going to understand anything, and you're going to get into analysis paralysis, which is not where you want to be. Again, then you've got, besides species, you've got class, which is the same thing here, except like, you know, you choose 2 of those. So it's like, you know, autism squared, basically. And then you've got your background, which is a whole bunch of more buttons. And then you've got your attributes and skills, where you can assign things. And then you've got your starting kit, which is a bunch of more buttons. And you've got personal details, where you can choose like how your character looks. What I'm going to do is what you're going to do. If you ever find yourself in those menus, lost and not knowing what to do, just click that quick start button. This is your friend. And then click on a new back, and then click on change difficulty, select exploration, click play. I'm actually going to go back. I'm going to choose Lanti instead. I'm going to click change difficulty, exploration, and play. This is a good difficulty for a beginner. So you're going to find yourself in this world. What you do in this game is you go around this world, and if I left click on the place where I'm standing right now, I'm going to have a lot of different activities to do. If you don't care about the story, which like the story is nothing to write home about as far as I hear, but like you just want to click enable spoilers because you want to be able to know as much info as you can get. So like if I disable the spoilers, it's not going to give me that grayed out button which tells me that I need to complete the spirit of the groove to unlock this location. So you want to enable the spoilers. and you're going to have the chance to explore this whole map. In each place, you've got like a small town market, and by the way, you can move around the map by pressing the right click. So you see I pressed right click, so I moved a bit. It doesn't matter where I am, here or here, but if you want to go to another location, like here for example, you're going to need to travel there in order to enter these old ruins. Like if I try to click explore, it won't let me because I'm not at that location. But if I come here and I click on the first button here, this is your market. And I'm just going to enter this market to show you. You've got a bunch of cards here. These are cards you can add to your deck, but you can also buy weapons and shields, and you can buy armors and accessories, and you can buy consumables, and you can recruit allies, and you can sell a bunch of your stuff. Like you've got actions, commodities, and so on. Right now, I'm not going to bother with any of that. I'm going to click on Leave Town. I'm just going to go into the first dungeon. I don't know if they're actually called dungeons. They might just be called locations or whatever. And I'm not going to read any of it. I'm just going to click Explore. So first off the bat, what you're going to see is an empty screen with like one card maybe. Or you can have a few cards if you chose another class. I don't know. You're going to press the E button on your key. Actually, the C button. Press the C button on your keyboard. When you press the C button, you're going to get this overwhelming screen of buttons. We're not going to worry about any of those. We're going to go to equipment, or you can alternatively press the E button. That's going to take you out of this menu. Press it again. It's going to put you back into this equipment menu. You're going to see here that this longbow card is the same card that we're holding in our hand. That's because we've equipped this item. Equipped items basically start in your hand each turn. So if I also equip this armor, I can equip it because I've got one armor slot. But if I have another piece of armor and I equip it, it's going to replace this armor. This long bow, the way to read this card at the bottom there, it's a two-handed weapon. That's what that symbol means. That target button, and actually I'm going to press the middle mouse button down on this card. That didn't work. I'm going to left click on this card. That did work. And this is going to give you a breakdown of all the aspects of this card. So it is a two-handed weapon. The element of this card is piercing because it's got this like logo here that does piercing damage. Marksmanship +1+, that is this thing in the top right. This means that you require some marksmanship in order to use this card. Marksmanship is right here. This is one of your attributes. You've got level 1, so you can use the card because you need 1+, 1 or above. I'm going to click on longbow again, so this is usable by us. This green target means that the action can affect flying targets. Flying targets are basically harder to hit. Not all cards can hit them. This card can. Vulnerable, this means that the enemy is going to consume 2 extra damage. They receive, +1 damage per counter. Because this is 2, this means that they'll receive +2 damage. And then this card deals something between 3 and 7 damage. Alright, simple enough. Let's start playing. I'm going to close out of this menu. And actually, I'm going to press B now just to show you. This is your deck, right? So actually, this is your collection. If you press Q, or you press that split view button here at the top, you're going to see your deck list. So your deck consists of 24 cards. You can see there in the top left. And these are the 24 cards that your deck consists of. So when I exit the screen and I press play, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my bow and my chest piece. Or not my chest piece because I just equipped it. So you need to draw for your entire deck and then you're going to get your chest piece. Because once you modify your deck, you need to draw through your deck for any modifications to take effect. But you're going to get a hand of different cards. And this hand is not great to show you what I wanted to show you. But one of the core mechanics of this game is this like blue arrow. That means that the next card gets a buff. So, let's play this card, and this card deals 4 to 9. This icon means physical damage, and or bludgeoning, sorry, my bad. Something very useful, press F1 on your keyboard. When you press F1 on your keyboard, you're going to get this wiki, basically. You've got a wiki built inside the whole game. This button right here at the top, Icons Legend, is very useful. If you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to get all the different damage types. Every point of damage that you do is a specific damage type. If you look at my first card here in the hand, it's got this logo. We already saw it earlier. This is piercing damage. You've got this Gallop card, which is physical damage, or bludgeoning, sorry. And yeah, those are the types of damage we're doing. You've also got this little target logo. Let's have a look. Is that somewhere here to be found? I'm probably gonna waste some time looking for it. It's probably not a good idea getting in the weeds. What you can do is you can middle mouse click on the card, and it's going to show you that target plant. All right, if you target, this bonus effect triggers if your enemy is a plant. So if you target a plant enemy, then they're going to get Entangle 2. What's Entangle 2? Well, Entangle 2 is right here. Implies Entangled if it can bypass enemies' resistance, and Entangled enemies have a 50% chance of losing their turn. What does the 2 mean? Probably that they get 2 of those, that they get this effect for 2 turns. So at the end of the turn, they have a 50% chance of losing their turn. And regardless of whether this triggers or not, the Entangle is gone. So it goes down to 1 Entangle and then 0 Entangle. Also, you get to Stun. Stun applies Immobilize if it can bypass enemies' resistance. Immobilized enemies lose their turn. So you get a 1 turn where they completely lose their turn, and then 2 Entangle where they have a 50% chance of losing their turn. Now you'll notice something interesting. If I hover over this card, right at the bottom of this like text box right here, where I'm trying to move my cursor but the text is disappearing, you're going to see card level 0, brackets max is 1. So the max level of this card is 1, and it's on 0 XP out of 10. So if I middle mouse click it, at max level this Entangle goes up to 3, and this Destroy Undead effect goes up to 19. Destroy Undead means that the undead target with current HP 16 or less just gets insta-destroyed. So are these guys undead? Species is unseelie, living. Seelie, living. So if I target this enemy right here, he shouldn't die because he's not undead. Okay, so he got entangled, he got some fracture or something. Now what I'm going to do, this cost me a lot of mana actually. So 4 mana is what this costs you. You've got your energy here, action points. So because I played the card, it cost me 4 mana. Is it a good idea to defend? I don't know. Let's play this card. Oh yeah, and what I wanted to show you was that this XP went to 1. So if you look at the bottom now, it says XP is on 1 out of 10. And when it reaches 10 XP, the card levels up, its effect improves. Right, so let's play this on the high health guy, because I do think we're gonna kill him. Play the bow on this guy, we're gonna kill him. We killed 1 enemy, that's pretty good. And now I guess we can defend on ourselves. Just so that if he attacks, we don't take too much damage. And I made a mistake here. I should have discarded those 2 cards. Because I didn't discard them, there's 2 in my hand, and now I can play them. I refreshed some of my action points, and now I can play cards again. So I can go damage +4. Let's do that. And I right-click to play that card, and when I right-click, it auto-chooses a target. And now if I right-click, this card is going to choose the first enemy. In this case, there's only 1 enemy. This is going to do 4 damage, or I can do 2 to 4 damage twice. So to 2 enemies, there's only 1 enemy, but this is going to do the 2 to 4 instance of damage twice. So this is actually, oh, it's a gambit, so you don't get to choose. With gambit cards, one of the odds is chosen randomly. So either I do 4 damage, or I deal 2 to 4 damage. Or I can do this 5 to 11. For 2 mana. I can also, let's do this, because then the next card gets buffed with some damage, and then I can do this, and he lives on 1 health, and I'm going to control and left click all of these cards, and that's going to discard them. I did not control click. Oh yeah, by the way, my hand's broken, so I only have 1 hand to play with. Are we going to take some damage? No, he did something else. I guess he restored HP or something. It doesn't matter too much. Now I'm going to right-click this card. I'm going to gain some damage. I'm going to draw a card. Then I'm going to click this card. And that's going to do some damage. And it killed him because he had vulnerable. And I did some amount of damage. If I click the log, it's going to give you a breakdown of all the stuff that happened in the battle. 2-3 hours into the game, you're going to find yourself not sure why something happened, and you're going to look at the screen. This game requires a lot of reading, it requires a time investment, but it's so good. Once like You get into it. It's so fun to just explore different synergies, go around in a world, killing enemies in dungeons. It's like an RPG, but with cards. It's really cool. Check it out. I don't want to make this video too long to scare you, so bye.